I'm here to tell you that your needs matter. What happens in your nervous system when you hear the word need? Is it okay to have needs? Most of us learned early on that needing too much caused others to pull away. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to identify the needs beneath your feelings and how to express them in a way that invites connection rather than conflict. Whether you're navigating relationships, family dynamics, or just trying to understand yourself better, this skill is vital. In the last video, I was mainly focusing on how to express feelings rather than thoughts and getting clear on what feelings arise from an observation. But in order to communicate most effectively, we need to go a step further and also connect our feelings and thoughts to underlying needs. Many of us feel misunderstood due to busy or traumatized parents and an ill society at this point. But underneath every conflict, every trigger, every shutdown, every action, essentially, there's a need trying to be seen, trying to be met. When I first heard this concept, I could barely wrap my head around it, that every single thing we do has an underlying universal need, longing to be acknowledged. It took me a long time to process the needs, also known as universal motivators. I had to study the list for a while. But according to Marshall Rosenberg, we all as humans have these universal motivators, and they're motivating our actions. And questioning myself and why I do certain things, why guys will randomly send girls unsolicited photos, or why I myself am dead set on marrying a British man. If you dig deep enough and study the list, you'll discover a lot. And when we learn to identify that need and express it, or even just empathize with it, everything changes. And I will leave a free PDF of extensive feelings and needs in the description. The more directly we can connect our feelings to our needs, the easier it is for others to respond compassionately. When others hear criticism, they get defensive. The best way to express is, I feel because I need. An example, I felt hurt when you didn't call me yesterday. A more potent version would be, when you didn't call me yesterday like you said you would, I felt hurt because I was wanting connection and a deeper sense of trust and safety when your words and actions align. An unconventional example would be, instead of saying, I'm grateful you remembered I like lilies, it would be even better to say, when you sent lilies for my birthday, I felt grateful because my need for appreciation and being seen is met when you remember the little things. Also saying, I need more love is a valid need, but it's also too vague. And in the next video, we will elaborate more on how to make clear, specific requests that would actually help us to feel more loved by our connections. Like, what does that look like? What does that mean for you specifically? What do you need? And it's honestly tricky to really dive deep and figure that out sometimes. Revealing needs can be scary when we are largely socialized to ignore our needs out of guilt and fear of being too needy. Also, when we don't value our needs or learn to express them clearly, others will likely not value them or know what we are needing. And often a big cause of conflict in relationships is either a conflict of needs, miscommunication of needs, or one person taking too much responsibility for the needs of someone and then feeling overwhelmed or trapped or wanting to retreat. In nonviolent communication, needs are the universal human experiences that we all share. Things like safety, belonging, rest, freedom, understanding, love, and creative expression. Needs are not demands, They are not tied to one specific person or outcome. They are the deeper truth underneath our feelings. If you are in connection with someone and the person needs space and you might be wanting to have a conversation, even though you might not be in agreement or alignment in that particular moment, you can still honor both people's needs at the same time and support each other into getting each of your needs met somehow, and navigate the connection, which might involve encouraging your partner to get support from a friend until you can both schedule a time to have a conversation or to connect. Recognizing and understanding needs can also illuminate where you might have fundamental incompatibilities with someone. Like if one person is needing more adventure and novelty and the other person is needing more consistency and stability, it shows you that your energy and focus might be better suited elsewhere. So how do you actually identify what your needs are? There are 3 simple ways to start. First, tune into your feelings. What am I feeling in this moment? Angry, sad, anxious? Feelings are the messengers. They point us towards needs. Again, use a needs list, and there will be one in the description below. Free downloadable PDF. Ask yourself, which of these am I longing for right now? And then number 3, imagine if you were in a different situation, what would I be experiencing that I wish I had? This reverse engineering helps uncover the unmet need. An example, if I'm feeling irritated that my partner is on their phone while we're talking, the feeling might be frustration, but the need might be for presence, connection, or being seen. Over time, you'll start to recognize the same themes. Maybe you deeply value trust, autonomy, or peace. Knowing your core needs is like having an emotional compass. For me, I actually generally have a deeper need for more physical touch and hugs. And I'll be honest, I'm really not that great at getting this need met. It feels so vulnerable to ask for most of the time, unless I'm in a deep, committed partnership, which I haven't been for a long time. And I would love to normalize more platonic touch and affection with friends. I think we all need more of that, but it's still very challenging in this society. How to express needs without triggering defensiveness. Here's the magic. Once you've identified your need, you express it using the nonviolent communication model, the 4-step framework. Observation, what happened without judgment. Feeling, what emotion is alive in you. Need, what value or universal human need is underneath the feeling. Number 4, request, a clear, doable action you'd like that would enrich your experience. Example, instead of "you never listen to me," try, "when I was sharing and you looked at your phone, I felt sad and disconnected. I have a deep need for presence and to feel heard. Would you be open to putting your phone away for 5 minutes while we talk?" The difference is subtle but powerful. You're inviting collaboration, not control. And you're owning your experience instead of blaming. When we speak from our needs, we give others the gift of seeing who we really are, and we create space for them to do the same. This isn't just communication, it's healing. It's how we rehumanize our relationships. If this resonated with you, I invite you to practice one conversation today where you pause, reflect, and speak from your needs. Even just one. Let it be messy. Let it be honest. let it be yours. And if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. I would love to support you. Leave a comment with a need that you're exploring right now, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you for being here, and bless you. So the topics I've discussed today come from this book by Marshall Rosenberg. I highly recommend that you grab yourself a copy. It was one of the most life-changing books I ever read, and I think the world would be a better place if everyone could read it. You can grab yourself a copy using my affiliate link below, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here.